those dimensions. How have you grown since the first time you came into the league with relationships? Because I was just explaining to I'm trying to think. I think it was Tristan Jazz, bro. Just telling him like 86% of our marriages fail in the NBA. That's an insane number. I don't think a lot of people know that number, but 86% of our marriages fail. So you basically shooting damn near 85%. as soon as you ask to marry somebody, you basically saying like, yo, this got an 85% chance to fail.
Yeah.
I obviously focus on the other 15%, 14% of the married couples because there is magic to that, right?
Yeah.
It does take
What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Shout out to everybody tuning in. I want to talk about Kyrie Irving. You know, Kyrie's always been an honest guy. He has, to the point to where it's gotten him in trouble. We know he almost lost everything due to him sharing Amazon Prime movie that could have ruined him. And you had people like Stephen A. Smith and others who also tried to demonize him for, particular situations. But it just shows you how these people are shills. They're not real and they should not be listened to for anything important, right? But in regards to what Kyrie Irving is saying in this particular interview, shout out to Kyrie. He has a Twitch channel that he is posting on more and more. And now he's created, I guess he's doing interviews. He has a Kyrie Live channel where I guess he posts clips from his Twitch Live. And he was speaking to another NBA player by the name of Miles Turner. Miles Turner just signed a deal, I believe, with the Milwaukee Bucks. So shout out to him. And they're having a discussion. And what I clipped at the beginning of this was a clip of Kyrie exposing how over 80% of NBA marriages fail. Now he says, there are some marriages that survive and are able to thrive, but there are a lot of marriages that are not thriving. Okay. They're not surviving. Okay. And he's pointing that out. Right. And I believe Miles Turner is married. And they're talking about it. And I think that it's very important that Kyrie Irving says this and is honest about this, because he sees what I see, what other people see. He sees that, these players are getting married. They're falling for the okie doke and they are being destroyed financially, emotionally, while trying to maintain a career. And I have said this for years. The Derek Jeter model always wins. You want to know why? Because Derek Jeter casually dated in the city of New York. He was a New York Yankee shortstop. They won championship. They won a championship early in his career, right? And they won another one. The captain, multiple World Series champion, the face of New York sports was Derek Jeter. And he didn't get married. He casually dated. But Derek Jeter prioritized his career over marrying early. And I believe he came from a two-parent household, but he still wanted to make sure that the timing was right. He did not want to go out there and get committed while trying and build a family while trying to maintain a career. He prioritized his career because, again, when you retire from sports, you're still going to be young. You're still going to be in your mid to late 30s or even in your early 40s. You still got a lot of life to live. And once you retire, like I say, most athletes should wait until they retire. You have more time to build a family, way more time on your hands to build a family. Trying to build a family while trying to maintain a career is very difficult because you're going to be on the road. And when you are home, it's going to cause friction because your wife is going to be used to you not being there. And that's what you see with a lot of these athletes. I've made a lot of videos on athletes from different sports who They play their career, they get married, have children during their playing career. And when their playing career is over, that marriage is over. Because again, a lot of those women aren't there for the right reasons. Now, Kyrie didn't say that, but I'm going to say it. You have a lot of women who are not there for the right reasons. They're not. They're there for the celebrity. They're there for the red carpets. They're there to be at courtside at games or on the field, whether it's football, right? They want to be known as this particular player's wife. They care more about that than actually being long-term with that person. And they come up with all these excuses as to why they want to leave. They'll say cheating or this. They'll come up with anything. Look at these divorces, all the dirt that is slung when these divorces happen. It's because those women weren't there for the right reasons anyway. Marriages, you're going to have problems. And a lot of women should tell that man, you know what, maybe it's best we wait until after your playing career to get married. None of these women say that. You know why? Because they want that ring. They want that validation. They don't want to wait. They want that ring. They want that validation. And they want an opportunity at that man's money if that relationship falls apart, that marriage falls apart. That's why these marriages are failing. They're failing because these women, again, are not there for the right reasons, because these men are not trying to get divorced. These men are not trying to get divorced. They're trying to stick it out. But these women, once they realize that the limelight is drying up, once they realize that he's going to be a civilian again, and he's going to be either he has no post-career plans, he's at home. It reminds me of Michael Vick, right? When Michael Vick retired from the NFL, he produced a reality show. And there was a scene with him and his wife. I guess he was sitting at home. He didn't have much to do. And she wanted him out of the house. She wanted him to go do things. Now, mind you, what's the point of getting married if you prefer him to be gone than to be at home, right? It's because those women get used to having the mansion to themselves, right? To do what they want to do. These women want to have a separate life outside their marriage. They want the validation and the security of a marriage, but they want to be able to have their own life within it. And there are men who are not going to stand for that. And that causes friction. And then she leaves and say, you know what? I'll just leave, take the children and take your money, take the house, take everything. Because if you notice in these divorces, these women always want that house. They want that house because that house is their identity. That house means status. You know, that's why I say if a woman can't wait to marry you after your playing career, that's not the woman for you. Because that's when you really see whether that woman is there for the spotlight, the huge contracts that you're going to get as an active player. You know, she want to be able to, you be on the road and she's at home spending your money. You know, she out there spending your money, living single while married. That stuff goes on. That stuff goes on. These women want to have a life outside of that marriage. They want the security of the marriage, but they want to be able to have their own life outside of it. Which again, when that man finally catches on, when that professional athlete finally catches on, it's going to cause friction. And then she's going to want to leave and take everything with her. She's going to feel entitled to everything. This reminds me of one of my biggest videos when I talked about Kevin Garnett and how much money his wife was seeking, his ex-wife was seeking. Even though I believe they may have had a prenup. I don't know if he didn't have, I don't think he had a prenup, but you know, she wanted as much money as possible because the divorce happened right after he retired. Right after he retired, she out of there because she realized the well has run dry. He's no longer going to be making millions of dollars every year. And she was ready to leave. These women are not marrying these men for the right reasons. And the reason why I'm pointing out the women is because they're the ones initiating the divorces. These athletes aren't initiating the divorces. These women are. Because they're not there for the right reasons. And it always gets exposed. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Let me throw that video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, and I'll see y'all next one.